Welcome to Immedi Chats.
Sup,
Sup,
Craig?
sup, Craig. Wow.
Gobble, gobble, motherfuckers.
Hey.
Oh, right out the gate with the explicits.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving week, immediates.
Demonetized.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving week. It's so happy.
It's so
I ain't
happy.
saying it. I ain't saying it.
I've never
know?
been happier.
If you say it enough, it becomes true.
Happy
Nice.
Thanksgiving. I'm so thankful. Goodbye.
Well, we haven't done one of these in about a month. Our last recording was on October the 21st before Halloween. And I guess let's talk about what's been happening in that break. What's
I
been
almost
going
forgot how
on?
to talk into a microphone. It's been so long since I've done it.
Here's my quick
That's not
list.
true.
My quick list of things that I recalled. We had a rainy Halloween.
Ugh.
I had a notable fun lunch with some of my retired coworkers. It has been 1 year since my grandmother's gone.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize.
I know, crazy. I found some old voicemails from her the other day. I was kind of a mess, but I'm so glad I found them. I have them saved now.
I was just thinking the other day it was going to be our first Christmas without her.
No, it was last year. It was fresh.
Golly, doesn't seem like that long ago.
I know, it really doesn't. So yeah, that, and then we just took a Houston trip this weekend that we'll talk about. And the last thing is that I am currently sick. Yay!
What's new?
Bunch of baloney. Came
There's
down with a little strep throat the last day or so. So dealing with that, but it's all good.
I would say if you call Toby on any random week, there's like a 30% chance that he's in some way or another.
I'll give you that.
This
That's-
man has some adenoids that hate him.
I guess.
I don't even think you have those anymore. But
Did
there
they
goes
take my
to happen.
adenoids out with my tonsils, or did they just take my tonsils out? I don't know. Is that a little godchild I hear?
It is. That's a little
Yes.
Simon.
I need some water.
Hydrate that boy.
Better. I'll lay down.
So yeah, I'll throw it up to you guys, whoever wants to go first, to talk about some of the stuff that's happened since our last recording.
Halloween cookies, Galveston anniversary trip. Right after that Houston trip.
Mm-hmm.
What else did we do? 13th Gate. Did we
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about that last podcast though?
Yeah.
Yes, we did, because we had gone that right before we recorded.
Okay. What else has happened? Oh, like everyone in my family has had a birthday.
Yeah.
It seems like.
You've had surgery.
Oh yeah, I had a surgery. I've been acting like I didn't have a surgery though.
Right.
I had what felt like an ear infection in my right ear.
Right.
And then we went to Galveston, and then it was like a sty on my right eye, but I don't know if it was a sty because it just went away on its own. And then like my right toe looked like it was starting to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a hair follicle bothering me on the right side of my body. It has been an interesting
Into the year,
month
sounds
for
like.
my right side. And now the ear infection seems to have cleared up, except for it moved across to my left ear. And now my left ear hurts worse than my right ear hurt.
Right. We said you had surgery, but you didn't say what. You probably should clarify, because people are freaking out right now, wondering what's wrong with you.
Oh, I had my left arm completely removed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a really big exhale.
Yeah.
Why?
It was important to him.
Because you're lying, first of all, and second of all, this is an exaggeration because I have 3 children and have been through the first, like, several weeks of their lives 3 times now. But, I don't know if I've ever been as tired as I am right at this very moment. These children have exhausted the shit out of our, physical and emotional well-beings over the past 4 days.
Yes. Yes. I had carpal tunnel release surgery. They
There you go.
literally asked me if I wanted to stay awake or be put to sleep, and because I have met my deductible, I was like, "Nah, I need a good nap." And then it wasn't even a good nap. So,
Yeah.
anyway, they didn't
But
even ask me to count down, which is, like, my favorite part of going under.
right.
I just woke up somewhere else.
Mm.
It was, like, lame.
How's the hand feeling now? It's been what, a weekish? No, not even. Wait.
The day of my surgery, I was acting as if I didn't have surgery because I couldn't feel my hand. So I was overdoing things.
It'll
The
be a week
next day
Wednesday, right?
yes.
Yeah.
The next day, so the Thursday, my hand hurt. So I was like, "Let
Right.
me ice this bitch all day, off and on." So I did that, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today it hurts worse than it has the rest of the days. Um, I'm not exactly sure why. But the hurt is more, in other parts of my hand, and I think it's just probably bruised,
Mm.
from the, being like, stuck and pulled upon and fixed or whatever they do.
Yeah.
Um, but I get, like, some throbbing pains in my hand here and there. Um, and then the worst part is the itching. My
Mm.
gosh.
You still using those clear Band-Aids that you had bought?
Mhm.
Gotcha. They working out?
Yeah, they work good enough for the shower, and then I'll dry it off and put, like, an actual, like, um, what do you call these things? Like a wrist help me
Wrap?
with the word, Lyle.
Wrap? A brace?
Yeah, like a brace, like a brace that's like it's like a compression brace. There we go.
Yeah.
Um,
That was a journey we just went on, gang.
yeah, sorry. That was a very, very accurate assessment of how my brain works, or accurate portrayal of how my brain works. It just doesn't. Anyway, I've been basically wearing that just to keep the bandages in place,
Gotcha.
but that's it.
So, Lyle, tell us what you've been up to, and then we'll collectively talk about Houston, I guess.
I've been up to the same stuff that y'all have been up to.
Yeah.
Let's see. So last time we recorded would have been on October 21st,
Mhm.
right after we went to the 13th gate. So I was not yet freed of my boot, but I have been freed of my walking boot. They gave me a little brace wrap to wear, and I hated it, but it was better than sleeping with the boot on. But then, I bought new shoes for the first time in like 2 or 3 years
Mhm.
for my feets that now both work, sort of. And then I went and chaperoned a field trip for Ollie last Wednesday,
Oh, yeah.
and I thought the brace was in my bag, and it was not. So it got left on the charter bus and lost, and I don't miss it. But they be working my ass hard over physical therapy. Like
Mm.
today I was doing my exercises and I'm just like pouring sweat everywhere. And I was like, is that all? Like asking if that was like all, like how many I was supposed to do, how many sets or whatever.
Yeah.
Today I had a lady and a new lady like guiding me through all my exercises, and then a new guy that I've not met yet that kind of had me do some different stretches and watched my walk back and forth across the room to see how I was progressing as far as walking like a normal human again.
Yeah.
And when I asked her if that was all of the exercises, she's like, "Yeah, this is a lot. You got to do a lot."
Oh.
And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
How much
But
longer you have?
well, my insurance approves 20
Okay.
visits, and I've been going once per week since my surgery, which would be, let's see, July 31st. So I went a week after that, even though I couldn't do anything really. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Today was my 17th.
Oh.
So I have 3 more for that I can do this year, without getting like special permission from a doctor or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't I think I can do like the exercises and stuff on my own, like what I'm doing over there basically.
Yep.
I just have to keep up with it and make sure I do it, which I will, I think, because I want to get my leg stronger. I'm annoyed that it's not stronger yet.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll go to my other 3. I'll probably just do the next 3 weeks because that's 2, 9, and 16th of December. And then the next ones would have been the 23rd and the 30th, and that way I don't have to worry about doing them around the holidays.
Right.
And then I'll be done for the year, and then if I need to check back in next year, it shouldn't be an issue. I'll just have to our insurance deductible won't be met, so I'll just have to pay a little more, um,
Cool. Yeah.
but
I
yeah.
mean, you were moving around pretty good this weekend
Yeah,
without.
it's just my leg works fully and everything. It's just weak and shrimpy.
Sure.
So I can't push off of it as hard as I could on my other foot. So
Yeah.
I just have a little shorter stride, and going up and down stairs a lot is tiring.
Yeah.
Um, my physical therapist, I think last week he said something along the lines of like I did something. He's like, "Yeah, that's normal. That's what we expect." He's like, if you could do like a one-legged like calf raise with your repair leg, he's like, that would be like really incredible. And I'd be like the best physical therapist ever. And
Mm.
then so like that's kind of like supposed to encourage me, like, yeah, you can't do this yet, but you're not supposed to be able to do this yet. But I was like, but if I had worked harder, maybe I could do this now.
Yeah.
So I failed in some way. So I had to
Right.
take a couple days to get over that. But it's good. I wear normal shoes and I walk around like a normal person. Still gotta be wary of the kids jumping on me because they don't give a single about potential re-injuries. Um,
Sure.
and yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much
Anything else been up other than our trip this weekend that we'll talk about since we last recorded that you wanted to mention?
Talk about Galveston a
yeah,
little.
Aaron and I took a trip to Galveston.
Mm-hmm.
Galveston, oh Galveston. I started a new game and I beat it. It's
Okay.
called Bloodborne, and it's a lot of people like I know a lot of people that's like their favorite game or it's their favorite game in its genre, and I really liked it a lot. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been kind of trying to learn some stuff, listening in on some YouTube videos lately about various tech things and whatever. Just
Okay.
hobby stuff I'm listening into, trying to learn some things. Oh,
Okay.
I'm teaching Oliver how to play card games like Magic and Pokemon and Lorcana.
Mm-hmm.
And he's into that, so that's exciting for me. Even though I'm annoyed with Magic the Gathering, but that's okay
Why?
because Hasbro sucks, and Hasbro's the one who owns them now. So like they started doing this thing called like Universes Beyond,
Uh-huh.
which is the first one was The Walking Dead. So they printed this set of cards. I think it was like 5 cards or something like that, and they
Uh,
were normal Magic cards, but
Uh-huh.
Walking Dead themed with Walking Dead art and everything like that.
Okay.
So it's like they basically started bringing outside IP into Magic, which has always been its own thing.
Right.
And now they're like, and they were like, it's okay. These are just going to be special products for the people who want them. And they won't ever be legal in standard, which is like the main format that people play.
Yeah.
And now they just made an announcement that starting next year, they're going to do 3 normal Magic sets per year and 3 Universe Beyond sets per year, like full sets, which will be standard legal.
Oh,
So that means every year you'll have your 3 sets of, well, first of all, 3 sets, 6 sets per year is way too much. They can't, that's part of why their quality is down. But anyway, um, so you'll have your normal Magic dragons and zombies and wizards and everything versus SpongeBob and Cloud from Final Fantasy and whatever
huh.
coming out next year. And it's just
Yeah,
it just feels gross. It feels like Funko Pop. Like
I'm
that's
with you on this one, even though
it
I'm
feels like
not
they're Funko Popping my favorite game,
sure.
which I've been playing for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
So
I used to play a lot with friends, but it's been a while since I've played, but I don't like that either.
yeah, it's just like I understand the appeal of like people who wouldn't play Magic otherwise, but are interested in like Warhammer, for example. Like they did Warhammer 40K deck.
Mhm.
Like, okay, yeah, they're gonna go buy the Warhammer deck, and then maybe they like Magic, start playing Magic. Cool, but like it should be like a couple year or like something that fits kind of into the whole thing. Like we don't need like SpongeBob just doesn't fit at all, for example. Like that's the most egregious example, but that's not the worst of.
Sure.
So anyway, that's I'm just annoyed in general with
Got
the
it.
corporate sellout of what I think is probably the best game ever made.
How long has Hasbro owned them?
Oh, when did Hasbro buy
Not
Watsy?
to spend too much time on Magic the Gathering, but I'm
Since
curious.
1999, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But see, they were like D&D was kind of on a downswing.
Hmm.
Magic was on a downswing, and then in 2007, 2006, they released like and then again in 2011, they released like some really big Magic sets, and it like really revitalized the game.
Yeah.
And then Dungeons and Dragons, people started watching like the online games of people playing and like Stranger Things and all that sort of stuff, and it kind of brought that back into the public consciousness. So it's on a huge, huge boom right now.
Mhm.
So they're doing big business, but like at what cost?
Sure. Sure. Okay, let's talk about Houston.
Well,
So
wait.
oh, go
I
ahead.
wanted to say something about our Galveston trip
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
because we just kind of glazed over it.
Yeah, go for it.
Galveston, we rented we did an Airbnb in a condo that was across from the beach. Our balcony um was over the pool of our hotel, but there was a space where we could see the waves crashing and everything. So that was nice. The best part about it was the balcony. Um, we went on the strand, we ate out, we shopped for our kids as we always do on our anniversary.
Mhm.
Um, but I just want to speak about one restaurant in particular that we went to called I'm calling them out. All right.
Okay.
If you're listening, the
Oh,
restaurant is called Cajun Greek. Okay. So as we're passing by the restaurant, I'm like, let's go check that out. I was literally thinking we were gonna go in. And there's kind of some Chinese restaurants like this where you go in and you order at the counter, you get your food, you go pick a spot to sit, or you bring it and you go. That's not what this was like. This was like a please wait to be seated type of restaurant.
Mhm.
So anyway, we go in, we sit down, they bring a menu, and it might be the most shocked other than the zoo prices, might be the most shocked I was about prices for food.
I don't know. Landry's was pretty crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pricey.
Um, it was like 20 or 18.99 for my gyro or gyro. I still don't know how to say that. Um, and you had to pay $4 for a side of fries. It was $4 for a soda if you wanted it, anything other than water. And so the guy that one of the appetizers we got was well, actually, we only got one appetizer, but it was boudin with smoked Gouda melted on top, and there was some sauce on the side that I've literally never had with boudin before. I asked our waiter, is the owner affiliated with Louisiana in any way? And they were like, no, but like it's on the coast. I'm like, okay, yeah, but Cajun is not the Texas Gulf Coast. And he was like, yeah, no, he's actually he's from Israel. He's like, as far as I know, he's never been affiliated with Louisiana at all. I'm like, this mofo.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point was that just the restaurant for the food that they were serving was super expensive. Like a cup of gumbo, $9, I think, or $13 or something. And I could tell the guy next to us had ordered a bowl of gumbo and he apparently did not like it.
Mm.
And the roux was like dark, 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 and it was more like stew
Mm.
because it was kind of thick. So
Yeah.
anyway, and they also had the claim as to be the best boiled crawfish. No one does boiled crawfish better than they do on their menu.
That's what
Yeah.
it said.
Okay, but also I will say the food was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. It was just super pricey, and the word Cajun doesn't make sense for their restaurant other than I guess.
That's how they get them in.
Yeah, it wasn't like a Cajun Greek person serving us food. Anyway,
Yeah, it was we were in full force Louisiana judging Louisiana food outside of the state
Yeah.
on
yeah.
that day. Like it wasn't bad by any means. And my shrimp po' boy was pretty good, but it wasn't like on a po' boy bun. It was on just like
It was like on a brioche.
a hoagie roll almost that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
toasted. And I
Yeah.
mean it had a lot of shrimp on it. Shrimp was good, but
It did not have a lot of shrimp. It had exactly 10 shrimp.
well, it had too many
I
shrimp.
only remember because the way that it was
It was served
laid out.
It was served open face with 5 shrimp laid on either side and no way to close it with all those shrimp inside of it because of the size of the bread. And so it was like I said, it was good, but it was whatever, 18 something with no fries or chips or a
Yeah.
single, hush puppy or nothing. But we had a
Right.
nice, lovely little trip. I told Aaron, I said, let's each bring 2 games, board games. One game that we like and one game that we would like to learn because we have like a whole closet of games that we've never even played or learned. And so we ended up bringing like 9 games instead of 4, and we played exactly one of them.
Yeah. Typical.
And yep, we liked it though. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we had a nice trip. It was very relaxing.
Yep.
And no kids.
No kids. Break.
Yeah.
Well, we did have the kids on this Houston trip.
I don't
Let's talk
even
about
want
that.
to talk about it.
They had a great time.
They did.
So
I
we
had fun
took.
too. It's just they're like,
Yeah.
Lord, they just want to do their own thing.
Yeah.
Miss Claire was having a party on Friday night by herself. Nobody wanted to be at this party she was throwing, but she was throwing down. She would not stop talking in her little pack and play
She was turned. She
on
was
Friday
turned
night.
up.
Yes. It was pitch ass black in her hotel room. She didn't want to stop talking. So I'm like, let me just try to see if she'll come into bed with us. Nope. Nope.
What does she
She
do?
she was wanting to be in the bed, but so I was in the bed with Simon and she was like, Sai, Bubba, Bubba,
Oh,
Bubba
like she wants to
Seep,
go with them.
Bubba Seep. Like, yes. Dada Seep, Abra Seep. I'm like, yes, they're sleeping. Please be quiet. And she'd like get on top of Simon.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd be like, it's time to go night night. And then she would lay down like her little funny thing that she does, real fast and go shh, shh, shh,
Oh
and then
Lord.
laugh, and I'm like, oh
Oh
my
my God. So wait, the boys didn't sleep in the extra bed?
No, they slept each week. Aaron slept in one bed with Simon, and I slept in the other bed with Oliver.
Ah, okay.
Because he wanted to sleep with Simon wanted to sleep with his mom, so she was like, "You got Oliver." I said, "Okay."
Gotcha.
And then, but yeah, Claire was with those two, and she was like slapping Simon, and then Aaron would be
Oh
like,
my
"Lay
God.
down," and I don't know, I couldn't tell what she was doing because the lights were all off. I had like my phone on, but then
Yeah.
I'd hear clunk, because she hit her head on the headboard.
Right.
That was my bad, actually. I pushed her down at one point, and she was too close to the headboard.
Don't lie. You thought you were knocking her out to get her to go to sleep.
Look, y'all call CPS on me if y'all want, but look, after
It's 10
about an
o'clock in the
hour
morning.
of fucking around with Claire, all right, I'm like, you know what? You're going in your bed. So I put her down in her bed, laying down, and she stood back up, and I pushed her down. Like, no,
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
See, I couldn't see any of this happening. I could just hear it all. So this is all kind of a bit news to me.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is one of the
So
many reasons I choose to not share a room with Lyle and Aaron anymore
yeah.
because
I
of
mean,
that kind of chaos.
she will get better, but I've learned this even when we go to your house, which is
Mhm.
why we don't fucking like to go anywhere.
Sure.
Right now in this little girl's life, she cannot relax,
Yeah.
especially the first night at a different place. She just is.
Yeah.
It's too much, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So we should mention we took this trip with Lyle's cousin, Jamie, and his wife Ashley and their kids.
Jamie, our number one fan.
Yeah.
Meaty chat.
Let's correct that. He's one of our number one fans. We have
Okay.
many number one fans.
That's true.
But he's up there. Anyway.
He's the one that tells us he listens regularly.
Right. But yeah, we had planned it for a little bit and we'd been wanting to do something all together. So we finally got to go and it was fun. We hit up the Houston Zoo. We hit up Kima Boardwalk, which was basically a theme park. The kids had a blast. I hung out with Claire because, I don't do rides.
Which, funnily enough, you guys, it was his idea to do that.
To go to Kima Boardwalk.
Yes.
I don't know. It just looked like a cool little place. I did not realize it was basically a bunch of theme park rides. I really didn't. I thought it was just really like outdoor fair kind of thing. I figured there would be a ride or two, but something small for the kids. I figured there would be little carnival games, shops. We could eat, hang out. I thought maybe there'd be music. I thought it would be more of that kind of vibe. It was
It does have all
basically,
that.
I mean, it
We didn't go
does,
over there.
but basically y'all just theme parked it up all night, which is what the kids wanted to do. So it's fine.
Well, that's what our city pass paid for.
Right.
Yeah, the city pass was a ride pass, but yeah, they have like arcades and an aquarium and some shops and a little stage and stuff. Because
I
Aaron
should
and
have
I
went
just went
walk.
in January, I think.
I should have went walk
Yeah.
to the shops with Claire, and I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't go all the way back up to the front. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, there's like a jewelry store over there, an aquarium, a Build-A-Bear, an arcade, like Lau said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what else.
So yeah, we did that. We kind of ate outside on the boardwalk Saturday night, which was very nice. Enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on our last day, we went to the NASA Space Center on our way out of town. Very cool. And that was pretty much our trip.
Which I took a picture of the crew, the astronaut crew,
Yeah.
that I believe to have been aboard the one that I watched launch
Mm-hmm.
as a little girl. So I
Yeah,
was excited to see
they had a
that.
wall of all the different crews, right?
Yeah.
And the years and everything. So you went through all that and found your crew.
Mhm. I
Yeah,
did fast math to figure out what year it was that I was 5, and I remember we went to Disney when I was 5 years old, um, during Thanksgiving week, because we literally left from, um, a Thanksgiving thing I had put on, at in kindergarten, like a little play sorta thing. We sang some songs and had lunch.
Yeah.
I had gone to my church to kindergarten at my church, so it was like a church thing, but anyway, we left directly from there, did not even go home, and drove to Orlando, Florida.
Mm,
On the way
nice.
to Orlando, Florida, there was a car accident. My dad was a volunteer fireman at the time. He helped the lady out of
Mm.
her vehicle. He cut his hand all up.
Oh gosh.
Yes. She was trying to get a bug out of her car and flipped her car several times into the trees.
Oh my.
And we just happened to be behind them, hit her. But anyway, he had read in the newspaper that they were launching a space shuttle while we were going to be there. So, um, yeah, anyway, I'd fast math, found the picture. So that was cool to see. It has all the information. So I can actually go read about it and see now what they were launching for, what their mission was, and all of that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anything else that I want to mention about our trip?
I got Oliver to ride what might be the scariest fair ride there is, but I was like, "Nah, it's easy. It's an easy ride."
Which one?
And the big boat,
Mm-hmm.
he was crying. He didn't want to go in, and I'm like, "Dude, it's gonna be fine." And I said, "I'll hold on to you, I promise." And like for me, it's not a scary ride, but for him, I remember the first time I rode it. You know?
This is the one that was spinning in circles, or the one that was up and down? The Egyptian guy.
Yeah, the Egyptian one. It's
That one.
almost
Okay.
always an Egyptian. It's either a pirate ship or an Egyptian sort of pirate ship, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Longboat.
Yeah. And it
Crazy.
just like basically swings back and forth, but almost to where you get kind of vertical.
Yeah, it goes pretty high on the sides.
Yeah.
I said this
Jamie, at Lily, Oliver, and I rode it. And Lily was talking big trash prior to, and I think once her butt left the seat the first time, she started crying. Poor thing. And there was some serious PTSD happening with her and Oliver afterwards.
Yeah. I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. It amazes me how fearless the little ones are, Simon and Reed, on those
Yeah.
rides. They
Yeah.
just ready to roll. It doesn't matter. Nothing bugs them,
Had a great time.
which is great.
At
Yeah.
one point when the one that I was just talking about, we were on, when we were like, it was done because Oliver kept his head down the whole time. But once it was done, or starting to go back, I guess, lower itself back, I was like, you see, you did it. That was so fun, right? Right? He's like, I did not have any fun at all.
I can hear him.
But then he was not crying when he got off. He was fine. And then once he saw Lily, I guess they started talking about it and the ride started going again. And they were right by it. And he started boohooing again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, him standing in the line for the little baby Ferris wheel and looking at the boat and crying. And I was like, why are you crying now?
Yeah.
It's over. You're free.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Also, one more thing before we move on.
Yeah.
We will be decorating for Christmas this week. The end.
This week she has declared it, Lyle. It's happening.
Hooray.
I've done it already in my house. I did it last week so that
Okay.
I wouldn't have to do it this week.
Except you're going to have to do it this week at my house.
We'll see. Oh, I'm still sick. I don't feel so good. I don't think I can lift a box. Oh gosh. All right. Well, we're going to move into the theme of the week, which is it's our Thanksgiving episode. So let's talk Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Whoop whoop.
All right.
I mean, I wasn't supposed to say it. Damn it.
But you did. So let's go around the room and let's say some things we're thankful for. How about that? Let's uplift this conversation.
Okay.
Anybody want to go first?
I'm thankful for my little family. Wait a second. It's a big family.
Yes. That is.
I'm thankful that I convinced Erin that we needed a 5-bedroom house
Ugh.
when we were buying one. And she was like, why? And I said, us, 1, Oliver's room, 2, Simon's room, 3, guest room, 4, office, 5. Well, guests are get an air mattress for the loft
Yeah.
because that's Claire's room now.
Yep.
I will say this. Back to my thankful one, I just want to say Oliver, we were very, very thankful for because it took a lot of science to make him come into this world. Simon, very, very thankful that our baby boy survived his heart situation.
Yep.
And poor Claire, even though whenever I found out I was pregnant, I cried for like 48 hours.
Yeah.
Because I just was so old and starting over, you know. I am so
Right.
very thankful to be able to experience being a girl mom to her, experience Oliver being a much older brother to her than Simon is because it's just a different relationship.
Yeah.
Claire is infatuated with Oliver, but she'll fight with Simon.
Yeah.
And then like it's stressful AF, but I kind of enjoy the chaos at the same time. Unless I'm on the 4th day of it,
It starts
the
to
day
get
was a
sketchy.
struggle. But no, like when I got home, because the boys came to work with me today, when we got home, she was like, Bubba, Bubba, Bubba. And she like ran as fast as she could to Oliver, skipped both me and Simon. Anyway, okay, continue. What are you thankful for?
If there's one thing I know about Erin that I've learned about Erin is that to function normally, she needs a little bit of chaos in her life. It's just not right if there's not at least a little bit.
Yeah.
It is a through line.
News.
I wrote a couple of things. Here's what I wrote. I wrote that when I was thinking about it, I was like, what are some of the things I'm most thankful for? And this one hit me off the top of my head was I'm thankful for my freedom. A lot of times we don't think about this. And even though sometimes things seem chaotic and divisive in our country, especially right now, I'm still grateful for the freedoms that I have living here. Feel very lucky for that. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my job and the financial security that it provides me, even though that bitch is stressful sometimes. I am thankful for those 3 little rugrats that call me Pyran. And I am probably most thankful for my family.
Well,
My blood.
technically 4 regrets, but one's not a regret anymore.
Well, yeah.
He's an old rat.
True. And I'm most thankful for my family, my blood family, and all the friends that I've been able to call family. There have been many friends outside of my own over the years that I have been adopted into their families, and I'm grateful for those connections. Those are some of the things I am most grateful for.
But let me ask you, on a scale from Aaron to Leslie,
Yes.
Never mind.
That's one of those things that's how do I want to say that? You go through different seasons of life and relationships with people kind of change. And that's kind of something that has naturally happened with my relationship with the Labatts and the Thibodeaux. I still think of them as family, even though I don't get to hang out with them quite as much as I used to. They're so busy with their own kids and their individual families, and
Yeah.
it's
I
become tough
mean,
to stay as connected as I used to be.
just, at some point you're going to be grandpa tutor,
Yeah,
tutor
right,
grandpa,
right.
and you'll just keep tutoring generations of Labatts.
No, I have hung that hat up for a long time now. Yeah.
You were with them, daily, but like
Yeah. It's true.
people move away,
Yeah.
they have all had their own kids, and yes, the seasons of life right now
hmm
is what it is.
But I know, like, if they ever moved back to Thibodeau, we're going to pick up right where we left off. I'm going to be at their house probably one night a week, that kind of stuff. We'd go
Yeah.
right back to how we were.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just harder to do that now. Anyway, all good stuff.
Well, so when you said we were going around the room, I thought you meant like,
Yeah, I know. I just capitalized to get all mine out.
I gotcha.
You can continue though with yours.
You thought Toby was gonna play by the rules.
I am thankful for my parents,
Mhm.
my parents and Lyle's parents, just all of the parents for all of the things that they do for us. Um they all do them in their own ways, and they all do a different amount and a different set of things to help us out, and we appreciate them all. Speaking for Lyle there.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate my husband. Even though sometimes I want to kill him, I'm thankful that I haven't yet.
Wow. Interesting.
I'm glad you haven't killed him. I enjoy hanging
Yeah.
out with him every now and then.
I'm also glad. Self-esteem.
I am thankful for the job that I have because I have the perfect job for the current season of life I am in. It's very flexible. If I had a late night and I need to sleep in, I can do that. If I have to leave to bring the kids to the doctor, I can do that. Um, Thankful that Lyle handles almost all of the school activities because he handles people that are outside of the group of people that he knows better than I do. Um, Going on a field trip on a bus to 4 hours away with my child and then a ton of people I don't know is kind of a nightmare to me.
Imagine if the bus was then also pouring water onto various people in the bus.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to happen. The wheels on the bus are supposed to go round and round.
Correct.
Mm-mm.
The wipers are supposed to go swish, swish, swish.
Mhm.
And the bus is not supposed to go leak, leak, leak.
The roof went squirt, squirt, squirt.
You could have picked a different word for that.
No, I liked it.
I could have indeed. But yeah, that
The
was
windows on the bus are not sealed.
the windows were fine as far as I could tell. It was like there was some leak in the roof, and it was gathering in the ceiling. And then when they started driving, it then flowed towards the back of the bus and
Mhm.
found escape holes down
Mm.
onto people.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't like drip, drip, drip. It was like a steady stream coming down. I was like,
My God.
"Cool, I'm glad that's not my seat."
The roof screws on the bus go loose, loose, loose.
Yeah. And that was what if so Oliver's gifted teacher contacted the charter bus company to see if they found my brace. But if I would have been given the information to contact the charter bus company, they would have said, "Do you know which bus you were on?" And I would have said, "No, I don't know the number. It was the first one in the line this morning for this trip that we went on, but I can tell you it's the one with the leaky roof." So if that narrows it down any for you, maybe you should find my leg brace before we complain and try and get half of our fee back, because that's ridiculous that you pay for charter buses and they just pouring water on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you remember in high school when we would travel hours away for like the state music festival, and we would go on a school bus, but we
Mhm.
would go 30 minutes down the road to the local college and they would get a charter bus?
No, I don't remember that, but I do
Anyway,
remember
that's how that
going
happened.
incredibly long distance on school buses. I also remember going when I still played football, going to a football game, and it freaking poured on us so bad. The band went and then didn't even get off the bus because it was raining so bad,
Okay,
and
can
just
I tell
left.
you what football game that was?
Sure.
It was the game right after September 11th of 2001.
Wow.
Why do I know that? Because one of the guys in band who played trumpet got off of the bus because he was like an excellent trumpet player and stood in the middle of the field in the pouring rain as he played, like, I think taps as it echoed throughout the whole stadium, and I literally bawled on the bus. It was so beautiful and
Yeah.
very, I guess, meaningful and sad then. But anyway,
No, I did not remember the date, but I did remember it pouring rain, and then we had to ride back home on a school bus that doesn't have any sort of climate control at all, just shivering and wet.
yeah. And that was far away too.
Yeah, it was.
I never got off of the bus on that trip.
Yeah, it was a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Someone.
Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about things we're thankful for.
Yes.
I guess it's my turn. I'm thankful for my friends and my family and my hobbies that keep me distracted from the things in life that I'm not thankful.
I like the way you said that. Nice.
So they just keep me busy, keep me grounded, keep me moving and rolling, and don't have time to worry about anything that might otherwise get me down because I got a life to live and I don't have time for that shit.
Oh, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I was hoping to get a personal
Shout out.
shout
Or a
out.
specific shout out. I'm thankful for my
Yeah.
wife for planning our anniversary trip and every other trip basically.
Glad you
Um,
tacked on that back part.
because it was real nice to have a little just like nice, quiet, relaxing weekend. Because like even if we're home and the kids go away to like a grandparent's house or something for the weekend, the only reason they're going away is so we can like completely dismantle and clean the garage or build an entire building or some bullshit. Like we don't relax when we have a weekend home alone.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Um, but is that it? That's all you're thankful about for me?
um,
There's nothing else?
Wow, she's fishing, bro.
uh,
Hold on, let me text you a couple of
Groceries
things to
that you
say.
always have.
oh yeah, like when we got home last night, we were on our way home, and Aaron said, "Oh, we're gonna have sandwiches tonight," and the kids were like, "Oh yeah, ham and cheese sandwiches," and I was like, "I would like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because we ate a bunch of rich food over the weekend, and I didn't need no more cheese or grease in my life for at least a few days." And we got home, Aaron opened the refrigerator and she went, "Shit." I said, "What?" She said, "We have 4 slices of bread." Now, keep in
Womp
mind
womp.
our family is 5 members strong. So, the boys had sandwiches. I don't know what Claire had. I know she had some ham rolled up on, like, some cheese maybe and some crackers or chips.
I don't even remember what I fed her. I fed her well, half of it ended up on the floor because she threw it there.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
what she
god.
said. And then I don't know what you ate. I was like, okay, there's the bread butts is still in the wrapper. So we actually technically had 5 pieces of bread. So I toasted that and had a little peanut butter jelly fold over.
I was about to say you could have made yourself a fold over.
I did. And then I was like, oh, it's okay. I'll just have some cereal.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
We didn't have any milk either. Not one drop of milk. And then I'm like,
There's
well,
some almond milk in there
is there? Well, I
or
didn't
oat
know that.
milk.
And then I was like, well, no, I can't have yogurt because I just wrote that we were out of yogurt before we left on Friday on the notepad. And so I had most of that banana that I brought all the way to Texas and then back home with us that Claire took a bite out of the peel.
Mm.
Some dry cereal, a peanut butter jelly fold over, and I think some trail mix. And that was my dinner last
Now
night.
let me just ask you something.
So,
Who's gonna do all the restocking of that?
well, you ordered it today. I understand. I mean, you can't listen. You had like some leverage over me in the past about doing the grocery shopping and stuff. But now, about 90% of the time, you just order the groceries like off of the website and they arrive at our front door.
I
And
still have
then,
to actively do that and think about the things that we need.
yeah, but you don't have to go walk around the store or deal with any of the hassle.
Toby, back me up.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a chore to do
Mm,
it.
He's
guess.
And
he's
to time
saying
it,
it's not because he doesn't know.
I'm saying it's much easier chore than it once was.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't require you to go to a store and spend time walking around, but you do have to plan out all those things, schedule it to arrive at your house at a time someone's going to be there to get it.
Which is 24/7 at our house. There's always
And if you price shop, you got to look around at all the papers still.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't do that part, but I know Aaron does.
Mhm.
Well, it depends on the week.
Well, anyway, I just thought it was funny about that you were asking about providing meals or whatever when last night there was literally nothing to eat. Well, there was.
Well,
There was the spiciest ramen on planet Earth.
no, that sounds like something the boys would say. There's nothing to do in this house. There's plenty of things you could have made yourself.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I had fun on our trip when you sat next to me on the couch and fell asleep while I watched Mike Tyson not fight Jake Paul
Oh, that was while y'all were in Galveston?
on my phone. Yeah. Mhm.
I had fun the very next night whenever I crocheted the rest of Toby's blanket and you slept in the bed in the other room.
Yeah, I just had a tiny little hour and a half nap, and then I woke
2
up.
hours.
Okay, and then I woke up, and then I ate some tamales at 10 p.m. and I was ready to go again. And then you were like, "I'm tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed now."
Okay,
Listen,
but Toby,
the
what
center-
do we say?
What do you mean about?
This is the same argument that we have had because he was sleeping and we're up waiting to do whatever, or he'll fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And remember, we played a whole fucking game of hand and foot while he was sleeping on the couch one time.
Yeah.
And what we always say, watch, he's gonna wake up, he's gonna be ready to go, then he's gonna call us sissies because we're tired.
Right.
When we were just being fucking adults.
We do live in 2 different time zones.
I don't
Me
remember
and
that
you and Lyle.
game at all.
This is our thankful.
I was about to say,
episode.
this is entertaining, but we're losing the spirit of the thankfulness.
I don't remember that hand and foot game happening.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
You were sleeping, so. Oh, gosh. Any more thankfulness? I'm thankful for Aaron's spaghetti sauce. How about that?
Ooh, are you thankful for Kit Kats?
I am thankful for Kit Kats, for sure.
You know what? I'm thankful for 0 bars.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
thankful for that gasoline fuel coffee that Aaron bought while we were in Texas.
Oh.
Are you?
Yeah, because it was really funny.
It was so bad.
The Starbucks coffee you were telling me about, that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's not rehash it.
Okay. Well, I was going to tell our fans, but it's okay.
No, it was just a bad cup of coffee.
That I fixed with
That
Starbucks
you
cold brew
air quote fixed.
coffee. Yes.
Okay, I have some Thanksgiving trivia.
Oh,
So let's dive in.
is this a game?
I mean, it's sort of a game. We're just gonna loosey goosey. I'm gonna throw some questions out and we'll see if you can answer them. And then
I'm assuming it's going to be a no for me.
Shouldn't it be Lucy Turkey?
It's loosey turkey, you know.
Oh.
But good job.
Uh,
Okay, so here we go. The first Thanksgiving apparently was not just a single meal celebration.
3 days.
So if you had to guess, how long was the first Thanksgiving celebration?
3 days.
3 days, Lyle. She was pretty confident about that.
She is very confident. It was from the harvest moon first rising until Bigfoot arrived. So 67 hours.
Wow. Aaron is correct. It was 3 days.
Shit.
You know how I know? Because I just read it a while ago.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's see if you can guess any of the meats that were served at that first Thanksgiving celebration.
Deer.
Hint, it was not turkey.
Deer.
That is
Rabbit.
correct.
Buffalo.
No buffalo.
Rabbit.
No rabbit.
Squirrel.
No squirrel.
Shit.
Fox.
That's not to say they definitely weren't, but they listed the ones that were most likely.
Dalmatian.
Dalmatian? Oh my God. Fucking pilgrims.
Chicken.
No. Kind
Duck.
of.
Ducks.
Yes. So venison,
Quail.
swan, duck, and goose were likely the
Swan.
meats served.
Damn,
Yeah.
Uh,
I know, right? And then they also had some seafood. You want to try to guess some of the seafoods that they might have had?
Lobster.
Yes.
Shrimp.
Not on the list.
Scallops. Mussels. Oysters.
Oysters are on the list.
Halibut.
Fish is on the list, yes.
Farm raised tilapia.
Farm raised tilapia is probably not likely. I think the pumps in the pond had broke that year. So
Wasn't the first Thanksgiving like 1690 something?
It was definitely in the 1600s.
Columbus sailed to Ocean Blue 1642? 92?
1621 was the date that they think. The only one you guys didn't get was that they likely ate some eel as well.
Smoked eel with a little eel sauce? Spicy mayo?
I wonder if they rolled it up with some rice and had a little sushi.
Spicy mayo.
They didn't have no grains back then.
So the Pilgrims,
I don't know that.
The Pilgrims were Puritans, if you know anything about that religious sect, but women were not especially powerful, let's say. How many women do you think were at that first Thanksgiving celebration?
2.
Either 6 or 9.
Wow. I don't know if I see what you did there or not. They say 5. I'm assuming they know this because maybe someone documented it, but they say probably only about 5 women. Oh, let's see.
Like
I had I know, right? I had a few more down below. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, here's one. I wanted to ask this one for Oliver. How many people participate in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade each year?
Oh, God.
75
This
floats.
is like in the parade.
75
in the parade.
groups.
Yep. How many people participate in the parade each year? So a head count of people.
50,000.
Wow. I'm gonna say fast math. 3,400.
8,000 people roughly participate in that parade each year. How many people attend the parade in person each year?
250,000 million.
Wow. That's a big number. Also, not a real one.
600,000.
I was shocked when I saw this number because I'm like,
1.2 million.
how is it possible? 3.5 million people. How do we fit?
I will tell you from experience, it's a long parade route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Same
give-
thing with the Rose Bowl.
There's a lot of people at all points pretty much. Also, from experience, so when I went, I was in that parade, for anyone who doesn't know. My band was 350 of those people, and they don't put the horses in the back like we do in Mardi Gras parades. So
Nope.
there's just horse shit in the road when you're trying to march down the street.
Ew.
And they do actually clean up the horse poop, but only on the parts of that are on the camera, on the TV.
Wow.
And like in my
Wow.
experience, the Rose Bowl parade, like a 20th of the parade was shown on TV.
Oh yeah, not even like the Macy's parade, they probably have like random aerial shots of the balloons and stuff. But the part where they actually like show the floats and the bands and stuff is literally a quarter of a block, and you march for like 8 miles or whatever.
Hmm.
I will tell you this, the whole time we practiced for a whole week leading up to the Rose Bowl parade, and it was just practicing the turn that is on TV.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't practice.
My last tidbit is more of a joke than it is a trivia question, but it
Hit
is a
me.
question. What pop song did Meghan Trainor write to celebrate Thanksgiving?
I know the name. I don't know any songs.
Ready? Ready?
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I don't know who sings that.
All about that bass.
All about that based with a TE.
Oh my god.
Get it? Because you based a turkey. Thank you guys. I'll be here all night.
Toby,
I saw that and it made me laugh. Yes, sir.
what do you call a singing computer?
Call a singing computer. Oh, I don't know.
You're going to be so mad.
I know.
Adele.
I've heard that before. Now that you say it, I like it.
Did you know?
Wait, before that. So I've been doing some like Black Friday shopping along with Aaron today.
Yep.
And how would you feel if you went to a website and one of the key features that they have free shipping, and then they also have full refund if no product delivered within 30 days?
What
that
the
make you feel?
what?
How'd that make you feel?
Well, it made me feel like I don't know if I want to order from this place.
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna find out in a month if I get my thing that I ordered on Black Friday.
Well, one
know.
of them says if you no delivery in 20 days, you get a refund. One of the items.
Oh no,
It's
I
like
want.
have you heard of AliExpress?
Oh, like Alibaba, the old Alibaba
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like a semi-sketchy Temu type website. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, I get it, but it's also really funny to just be plastered on every item on the website.
So weird.
Okay. Did you know, Aaron? Tell me
Yeah.
something I didn't know.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Well,
Yeah.
you started speaking, so tell me.
Did you know that 68% of Americans dislike Thanksgiving dishes like canned cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie, and even turkey itself, according to a 2019 survey of more than 2,000 U.S. adults?
I didn't know that number.
I am I like this statement better. The majority of Americans secretly dislike classic Thanksgiving dishes, but eat them anyway. And I am one of those Americans.
I
Yeah,
identify with that remark.
I was going to say I didn't know the number, but I mean, 1 out of 3 in this conversation does not like Thanksgiving food typically.
I think 2 out of 3.
Oh, Lyle feels the same way.
Some of it,
I
like,
didn't know that.
it's not that I dislike it, but like,
You know what? It's not my favorite.
no. But a guy on a podcast I listened to said at one point he was making a brisket for Thanksgiving
Hmm.
and talking about how he was going to smoke it and all this other sort of stuff. And the other guy was like, "Oh man, that sounds so good." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why do I have to do turkey for Thanksgiving?" He's like, "Listen, when do we have turkey? Oh, you have turkey for Thanksgiving and for Christmas meals and everything like that." He's like, "There's a reason that you're not going out of your way to have turkey any other time of the year because turkey sucks." And I was like, "Yeah, true.
So
And
here's the
see, I
deal.
just don't feel the same way, but okay.
I think turkey is good.
Fine."
Yeah, but I prefer the dark meat on turkey. And I will say that the way that I think is it's best is fried. It's really good fried. Um, However, I'm not about to fry no turkey.
Yeah. I like it. I always look forward to Thanksgiving meals. And I think I think a lot of people's families have customized Thanksgiving meals to what they like. And so, speaking just for myself here, I like the meals that like my grandparents would put together and we would eat every year. I like our version of the traditional Thanksgiving things. Not everybody makes their turkey the same way or their dressing the same way or stuffing or whatever. So,
Yeah.
you go to somebody else's house or you eat with someone else's family, they may not make it the same way. And so then you're kind of like, oh, I don't really like it. So I think a lot of
So
that happens, but I typically do look forward to Thanksgiving meals.
every year we were getting together with Lau's mom, his aunt and uncle, and then us for Thanksgiving. And we were sitting around the table eating a traditional Thanksgiving meal, and we all kind of made the comment simultaneously, like that none of us even really like turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided at that Thanksgiving to start a new tradition, and every year since then we've done a different genre of food. I don't know.
We should have gotten the full list for this podcast. This was
Yeah.
a failure. I thought about doing it like 2 weeks ago, but then I didn't.
So I think the first time that we did it, it was Mexican. And so like we'll each make like a couple of dishes. Um, well, I think we've been doing this for like the past 8 years. We only skipped 1 year because um
Mom had the flu, I think.
yeah, someone had the flu. But we've done Mexican, we've done interject whenever you want.
Greek,
Yes.
German. We
Mhm.
did Thai food.
Mhm.
We did what else have we done? Italian? Or no, French. We did French.
Mhm.
Did we do Italian? I don't think so. When we
I
did
made
Italian.
gnocchi.
Oh yeah, that might have been when we did Italian, the gnocchi. We didn't do British. What else have we done? Can't think. This is why we should have got a list and we could have because like my mom has like the list of all the meals and
Oh
the
wait, your
dishes.
mom may have sent it to me, but keep talking.
And this year we are doing Indian. So we're gonna have I know my mom's making some sort of like spinach pastries. Oh, and also about 3 years into this, we found out that my aunt, who's technically my great aunt, but she has
Crohn's.
no. Oh shit.
Oh,
Celiac
yeah.
disease.
Mm.
So she has to eat gluten free now. So that has modified the menu a bit and the stuff that we include.
Yeah.
Your mom is making spinach pagoda,
Pagoda.
whatever that means.
That's like a building.
That's a Chinese building.
Yeah. I think they're shaped the whatever
Well,
are shaped.
point being of the conversation is you guys mix it up with your mom, with
Yeah, because
Lyle's mom, and then you do the traditional with Aaron's mom.
right. I think we had like the real start of the conversation was we were talking about how we would go to my mom's house for lunch, usually, or my Aunt Pat and Uncle John's house and have like a normal Thanksgiving meal, and then we
Mm.
would go swing by like wherever my dad was and have like normal Thanksgiving food, and then go to Aaron's mom's house for dinner and have normal Thanksgiving food.
Yep.
And then everybody was like, I don't really care over much if I have normal Thanksgiving food. What if we do, these not regional, but like I don't know, like choose a genre of food every year.
Yeah.
Go with that. And so that's what we've done ever since then. And it has definitely helped break up the pattern.
Sure. Aaron, was there more to your did you know? We kind of jumped in quickly after you said it.
Mm-mm.
That was it. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, here's my did you know. Did you know that Thanksgiving might be, according to lore, the origin of the infamous Swanson microwave meals?
Really?
Yeah, TV dinners. Apparently, back in the 1950s, early 1950s, the Swanson TV dinner company had 260 tons of frozen turkey left over after Thanksgiving because an employee overestimated demand for the holiday. So they had the bright idea to package them up into aluminum trays with like peas and potatoes and a little dessert and sold them as TV dinners. Of course, they weren't called that at the time, but that's essentially what they were.
Interesting.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, didn't know that.
I really want to. I used to have a lot of TV dinners as a kid, and I feel like we don't ever do that anymore. And I want to bring Oliver to pick some out,
Yeah,
get him a little more independence as far as starting to.
true.
He will make himself some like toast or something, but I think the reason, like, if you give that dude cereal, he wants his milk in a cup next to the bowl and the cereal dry in the bowl,
Really?
like a weirdo.
What does he do? Pour it in over the course of the meal or?
He just eats the dry cereal and drinks the milk.
Oh, weirdness.
Yeah, I hate
That's
it.
like my friend Maggie at work who she'll get this salad at a local restaurant down where I work, and she'll get the dressing in a little plastic container on the side, and she'll put lettuce and whatever on her fork and dip it in the dressing. I'm
I
like,
do that sometimes.
just pour it on the salad like a normal person.
Right, especially if it's a to-go salad, because you pour it on and then you close the container back up and you shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, slowly coat
Well,
everything.
it's not a to-go. It's in a plate,
Oh.
but still. I don't know. I call her a weirdo for doing that.
Understandable.
Anyway.
But yeah, he does that, and I think that's because he doesn't feel confident to pour the milk into a bowl.
Oh, I see. When he fixes it himself, it's easy
No,
for him
he
to
did,
put
he asked
put
for
in
it
a
like
cup.
that, but I think it's
Oh, okay.
Finch.
Got
By the way, Maggie, I do that sometimes. Besties for life.
it.
Yeah, Oliver makes breakfast for the boy, like he and Simon most Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that, for whatever reason, is the only day that they will like leave me alone for the most part, and they actually come and close our room door.
Do they really?
Yes, I think it's so that they can watch as much YouTube as they can muster.
That makes sense. They know that's their time.
Yep.
Do what I want.
And
Okay,
that we
Lyle.
won't hear them.
Right. Lyle, tell us something we didn't know about Thanksgiving.
Okay, so my did you know? It was gonna be something that ended up not being true.
Okay.
So it's actually gonna be some turkey facts.
Okay.
Because I had always heard that a turkey was so stupid that they would look up in the rain and drown from the rain running down their mouth.
How
Saying-
offensive.
That's so funny. It's like that dumbass sunfish.
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
Exactly. It's a fucking baby whale.
Oh my god.
So that is not true, although they do sometimes look up due to the genetic condition called tetanic torticolor spasms.
Oh god.
And one of the reasons that they probably look up is because turkeys have a monocular vision, which
Oh,
is they can look at two different things simultaneously because their eyes are on the sides of their head, but they cannot look both eyes at one thing like we can, like humans can.
right.
So, as you may or may not know, if you have only one eye or you cover an eye up for an extended period of time, your depth perception goes all to hell because you don't have that binocular vision to be able to uh, tell how far away things are.
Right.
And so if they're trying to like see what a raindrop is or what's going on, they're gonna look at it for longer than we would because they're just trying to get their eyes to focus quite right. Despite their reputation, turkeys are social and intelligent birds capable of running, flying short distances, and even swimming. Apparently, they're way faster than people think they are, also, which is crazy.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know how they like tilt their heads to the side a lot. Chickens do this
Yes.
too. It's because of they're trying to get that one eye on the thing they're trying to look at.
Oh, that makes
Oh
sense.
my god.
Um,
Something I still didn't realize
what?
about the eye. It's so funny that to
Oh,
say that.
oh yeah. So the spasms I was talking about earlier is this says this condition can cause turkeys to exhibit abnormal behaviors, such as looking at the sky for 30 seconds or more at a time. So that's where the old wives' tale of them staring at the rain so long that they drown came from. And it says domestic turkeys can't fly. They lose their aerodynamic properties because of how they are bred for heavy meat production. Although they will sometimes try to hop around. Wild turkeys, however, can fly for short bursts. They're surprisingly fast on the ground or in the air, reaching 25 miles per hour on the land and 60 miles per hour in the air.
Oh wow.
And then the last turkey fact I have is Benjamin Franklin was a fan of the turkey, calling it a bird of courage and comparing it favorably to the bald eagle, which he said was a bird of bad moral character.
Well,
Which
that's generous.
cracked me up when I read that earlier.
For real.
Ben Franklin, not a fan of the bald eagle.
How the fuck would you know what the morals of an eagle are? Oh my god.
Listen, he's probably smarter than me, so I got to take his word for it.
Yeah. Okay. That motherfucker tied a key to a kite and flew it in a lightning storm.
Well, survived it too.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. I've just had that image in my head. I assume it's true.
They told me
Anyway,
it's true.
they told us it's true, but I don't really know.
So yeah, so that's my my
Cool.
disproving the myths that turkeys are the dumbest creatures on.
Yeah.
This, as Aaron said, disproving the myths of turkeys being the land sunfish.
All right. Well, that brings us to our top list for this episode. And we're going to do, like we did for Halloween, we're going to do a top 5. And our top list this episode is our top 5 favorite Thanksgiving foods. What a fun list to do with two people who just told you they don't like Thanksgiving foods.
Literally earlier on the couch, I said, top 5 Thanksgiving foods? And Aaron's like, yeah. And I said, I don't know if I have 5. And she said, Toby told me there's got to be at least 5 things that you like.
This is what I also said. Pick the foods that you typically eat for Thanksgiving and just rank them.
And go back for seconds 4.
Right. Just pick the 5, even though you don't always love those things.
I
Make a top 5 list.
also want to say like an honorable mention. Did you know?
Okay. A little late for that, but okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you guys have mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving ever?
You know, I was trying to think about this when I was going over my foods.
I don't think so.
I don't think we did.
Okay, so when I was looking for a did you know, I came across a couple of different articles that stated that it was like one of the 10 staples that you have to have on your Thanksgiving table. I have
Yeah.
literally never seen mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving
Okay,
ever.
No,
but
I
take
think
this
we.
into consideration. They perform these surveys. I don't know where
Mm,
they perform these surveys, but a lot of our population in this country is in the northeastern coasts and the western coasts.
mhm.
And those people have vastly different food
Yeah.
spread than we do down here where there's good food.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was always an abundance of other starchy things in our family, so potatoes just got edged out. Plus, we had potatoes.
We have sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Well, we do that, correct. We do that. And we always have potatoes at most of our other meals, non-holiday meals.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happens with us.
Now I ain't hating on mashed potatoes,
Hell no. Love
but
that shit.
Pretty good with some turkey gravy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so top 5 Thanksgiving foods. What do we want to do? I don't remember what we did for Halloween. I think we kind of just one person said all of theirs.
I'm
Mhm.
going first.
But do we want to do that or we want to kind of run around?
I want to run around.
Okay, I like that.
5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1,
Okay.
1.
Let's do it.
All right.
Aaron,
I'll go
number 5.
first.
Yep.
Number 5 is macaroni and cheese / broccoli and cheese casserole. I'm putting those two together because they're just both just cheese with some other vehicle.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
I'm not disputing you.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Number 5. Oh, okay. Number 5 for me is yam crunch.
Okay. Talk about that.
So this is something I want to say I started having at my job because when we were still all in the office every year we would do like a little potluck where everybody would bring a dish or two.
Uh-huh.
And somebody's specialty was yam crunch or sweet potato crunch, which is like it's like a sweet potato mash
Okay.
in a casserole dish
Yep.
with some like candied like brown sugary pecans on top
Mm.
and probably some sort of like crunchy like a crumbled up breading, like maybe even graham crackers or something.
Okay.
And then it's all baked together in the dish.
No
So you got like
marshmallows?
no I don't like marshmallows on my sweet potatoes.
Okay. I don't either for the record, but okay.
So yeah, I'll take just a plain sweet potato or like this with this little edit because I have a friend.
I literally don't care. Just don't call them yams.
Come on, man, yams.
Don't call
I
them
have
yams.
I have a friend who I self-identifies as a soup slut,
Okay.
and Aaron and I surmised the other day that I am a pecan slut.
Hmm.
So if I got a choice of nut, it's gonna be pecan.
Yeah, I'm partial to a pecan myself.
Samesies.
So anyway, so yeah, so the pecans just heighten the sweet potato yams that I already like, all mashed good like that.
You know what I'll do sometimes? I'll just order the bag or buy the bag of pecans from Walmart
Uh-huh.
that people bake with, and
Mhm.
then I'll just eat them.
Mhm. I got a package of those in my pantry right now.
I was doing that
Nice.
the other day.
When I was pregnant with Claire, I kept a bag in my car that
Nice.
nobody knew about.
Here you go, Toby. I'm sending you a couple pictures right quick.
Okay, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of variations of that dish. So I was curious what you meant by the crunch. Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, that looks like I would probably like that.
I mean, it's sweet potatoes and pecans and butter and sugar. As my aunt is wont to say when we go to our holiday meals, it's got a cup of butter and 2 cups of sugar. What could go wrong?
I'm not a huge fan of sweet potato. Like I don't like a baked sweet potato or sweet potato fries. I've tried them so many times. My taste buds just reject it. They don't like it. However, I do like a candied yam dish. So there's that I have going on. But I feel like what you described sounds good, and mixed with all those things, I probably like it.
Since you brought it up, I do often order sweet potato fries, and then I
Mhm.
get them and I regret doing it.
'Cause
However, I don't know, like, if I'm having a sandwich that's savory and I have fries on the side, I want them to kinda also be savory, I think, usually.
Mhm.
But
Also, they're almost always soggy.
yeah, they are
Oh, what,
often
sweet
very
potato fries often
yeah,
soggy?
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah. However, there's a couple places that you order sweet potato fries and they serve them to you with a little cup of honey.
Oh.
Now we're fucking talking. That whatever it is about that puts it together for me, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'm back on board, I like this now."
Okay.
Okay, we're going off the rails.
We are.
Yeah,
My
I know, I
number
know, I
5.
know.
My number 5 is a corn casserole. So there are many different types of corn casseroles. The one I really like is one that my aunt would make every year. It's like a cornbread, cheese, corn casserole. I think I brought it to your mom's one of these last couple of years. But that's my number 5, corn casserole.
Okay. My number 5
4.
is,
You did that already.
my number 4 is pumpkin spice latte / apple crisp oat milk shaken espresso from Starbucks.
Okay. Not a lot of people making that for Thanksgiving, but cool.
Oh my god, that's so
Starbucks is.
Yeah.
Are they open on Thanksgiving? Do they hate their employees
Doesn't
that
matter.
much?
Invite Aaron to your Thanksgiving lunch. She's bringing Starbucks.
What a funny choice.
Okay.
Okay, my number 4 is in parentheses, but this is a key part of it, honey ham.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
A little good old honey ham, honey glaze. Oh, it's not turkey, it's ham, it's got honey, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Dang.
I do love ham. However, it's almost never served at Thanksgiving in my family.
I know.
Ham is a Christmas meat in my family,
Hmm.
even though they say that and they still make a goddamn turkey.
Well, it was served at Thanksgiving last year with your family, and apparently it's being served again this year.
Hell yeah!
Spoiler alert, I did not put ham on my list, but damn it, I should have, because
You
I do
love to
love a
see
honey
it.
ham. Do love a honey ham, especially that honey baked ham store ham.
Mhm.
Oh, god dang it, I love that ham.
That's what we
Okay.
talking about.
Okay, my number 4 is a good old rice dressing. Specifically my grandpa's rice dressing. That's it.
Mhm.
One
Stuffed
time
in a turkey or no?
I was enjoying a dressing at my aunt's house, and she was like, there were 2. I was like, "Oh, what's the difference?" And she said, "Oh, that one's for Kevin, my cousin. This one over here is giblet dressing." And I'm
Mm.
like, "Oh, okay. What's giblet dressing?" And then they were like, "Oh, it's all the parts of the turkey that aren't the turkey meat that you eat just straight up." And I was like, "Oh my god."
It's not
Anyway,
organ meat.
yeah.
No big deal.
It is a big deal, motherfucker. Number 3, carrot
Wait,
souffle.
Toby didn't answer my question.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I didn't hear what you said.
The rice dressing stuffed in the turkey or no?
No, never stuffed in the turkey. More often than not, it's a ground meat based rice dressing, but every now and then my grandpa likes to mix it up and he'll do like an eggplant rice dressing,
Ooh,
which I really like.
some eggplant,
Um,
some little sausages.
yeah.
That sounds good.
But yeah, never in the turkey. No.
Fair.
Number 3,
Number 3.
carrot souffle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dilly's recipe.
That's one dish my family never made, but I do like.
Yeah, this is a
We
Aaron's
pretty
family
much
tradition.
stopped making sweet potatoes and started making carrot souffle.
Yeah, I like it.
And let me just tell you, I could eat that carrot souffle all by myself.
Oh yeah,
But if you make it, then you won't eat it by yourself because, ooh, there is a lot of sugar and a lot of butter
Yeah.
in one souffle.
sounds good to me.
It's a wonder how it all fits in the same pot or souffle dish. Okay, moving on.
Number 3, cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
Some good old southern moist cornbread. It doesn't have to be the Mexican style like Aaron does, but that's just an added bonus.
Yeah.
And I just love cornbread, and we have it actually more regularly than I ever did any other point in my life before Aaron and I lived together.
Mm.
But it's like a thing that happens at Thanksgiving usually. I'm in for it.
We
Yeah.
never have cornbread. We always have those little dinner rolls.
My mom made cornbread pretty often, like in general throughout the year.
Aaron,
I
I
make
remember
it
eating it.
often
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
thank God.
But never for Thanksgiving. We don't ever have cornbread for Thanksgiving because we
Well,
have
cornbread
rolls.
dressing.
We got those brown and serve rolls, those kinds of rolls.
Yep,
Oh,
that's the kind we get.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, my number 3 is the typical star of the show, the turkey. I, unlike some of these other fools,
Boo!
do like a turkey. I generally prefer the white meat of the turkey, and I prefer a baked, not a fried turkey. But that is what
Injected?
I grew up eating, so I think that is why I like it that way.
Injected turkey
No.
with gravy,
Yeah, a little gravy on the side for sure.
cranberry sauce.
Not a fan of cranberry.
Okay,
Pretty simple, of course.
fair enough.
Toby likes to feel like he's on a desert, apparently.
I don't mind that it's dry. I like it. I really like it. In combination with all of the other things that I'm eating, I just like it. I don't
He
know.
also eats Popeye's biscuits with no drink.
You
Oh.
old desert loving motherfucker.
That's got to be someone's experience in hell. It's just a mound of Popeye's biscuits and never any drink.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yep.
they're hot, no problem. If they're
No.
always hot,
Day
no
old
problem.
biscuits.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, Aaron.
Number 2.
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, okay.
Specifically Sherry's pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
It is like a healthier pumpkin pie. It really isn't all that. It's like you and your sugar-free chocolate pie that you like it from that one place.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's sort of the same sort of thing here.
Got it.
It's not one of those condensed pumpkin pies. It's very light and fluffy. And yeah,
Okay.
so good.
Whipped cream or no?
It does have whipped cream on top, yes.
I know. Do you like it with whipped cream or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Aaron,
way my mom makes it.
the divorce papers are in the.
It's not just whipped cream though. It's a mix.
No, I know.
I can have.
I like it with the topping. I just don't. I will never add whipped cream to anything. if
No,
I
no,
can.
no. We don't add whipped cream to it. It's a mixed it does have whipped cream in it, but there's cream cheese and
Like some sort of a bread type.
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about a dollop on top.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's
He's
sour
talking about
cream.
a dollop of whipped cream.
Right. I can have one piece of pumpkin pie and then I can't eat anymore.
Much like the carrot souffle, I'll eat that whole motherfucker.
Yeah. As I age, I think the sugar hits me a little harder
Mhm.
after you're already full, and then you have that sugar and it inflames your insides, and then you're
Yeah.
groaning on the couch, falling asleep.
Oh, that was one of the other trivia things was on average it said you will eat between 3 and 4,000 calories at a Thanksgiving meal, which is
Okay.
insane.
Dang,
But when you
that'd
think
be
about it,
Low estimate for me.
Yeah. On average now. Anyway, okay, number 2, Lyle.
Wait.
What?
Oh, he's mad at me. I just
I'm
want
not.
to say that my mom would make 2 pies basically. When we were kids, she'd make a pumpkin pie for me and a chocolate banana pie for my brother, and neither one of us liked the other ones. The end.
All right, number
Nice.
2, carrot souffle.
Mm.
Woo!
This is a thing that I had experienced before because they have it at Piccadilly, but I never really. It was like one of those things that you get at like a restaurant, and you never even think of having it outside of a restaurant or that restaurant.
Mhm.
And then Aaron and I started dating, and we had it at Thanksgiving, and I was like, "Excuse me?
What is this sorcery?
Not only is this fantastic, but there's like a whole nother pound and a half of it in the kitchen that I could go dig into."
It's funny when you have those realizations that, "Oh, I really like eating this. Why don't I make this more?"
Right.
And then you start making it at home, and then you kinda get burnt out on it.
I think I mentioned this before, but I'm still like that about apple juice. Like, I
Mm.
will not have apple juice unless I'm at a hotel or on an airplane.
Yeah. I buy it every now and then, but you're right, I don't buy it often. Anyway,
Did you have apple juice this weekend?
Yeah, I did a little bit, mix it in with my orange juice.
Hmm.
I did a half and half on Saturday morning, cranberry and apple.
Oh, yeah, I brought Simon
With
up
an apple?
to get
Yep.
his own drink, and he's like, "I want that one," and it was the cranberry, and I was like, "No, you don't."
No, you don't.
I
Trust me.
gave him apple juice.
And he told me the next morning he pointed to which one he wanted too.
Which was?
Cranberry?
Apple.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Go with what you know.
And then like I filled a cup and I gave it to him. He was like, "Oh, that's kinda a lot."
Yeah, you want him to walk that full cup back to the table? Danger, danger. Alright, Toby, number 2.
Okay, my number 2 is candied yams, specifically my grandpa's version of candied yams. He bakes them until they're really, really tender. There's no crunch in them. There's this molasses he uses when he cooks it, and he probably puts some other stuff in there, vanilla, whatever. I don't know. They're really sweet. They're delicious. Doesn't taste like a typical sweet potato to me, which is probably why I like it so much because I don't typically like sweet potatoes. But they're candied, they're yummy, and I love them.
Aaron, I need you to be real quiet for a second, okay? That's 2 votes for yams, 1 vote for sweet potatoes.
Yep, that's what we call them too. Candied
All right.
yams.
You can speak again.
Did we lose her? Did she leave the room?
She's on strike.
Oh, wow.
I
Well,
don't
Aaron, what's your
care.
number 1? Turkey.
What's
I
your
don't
number
care
one?
about your goddamn yams. My
Speak-
number 1, there
Yep.
is a theme here. Pumpkin cheesecake squares.
That girl love her some pumpkin.
True.
Let me just tell you, I will eat pumpkin any kind of way.
Put it in a drink,
We've got
put
2
it in a
kitchen right now.
pie, put it in a cake.
Wait, are all 5 of no, you have carrot souffle. I was about to say, are all 5 of yours pumpkin?
May as well be. I was gonna come in here and be like, pumpkin pie, pumpkin cheesecake square, pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin soup,
Some Forrest
pumpkin.
Gump shit.
Yeah,
That's
I like some pumpkin.
Okay.
fair. That's fair.
Yes, I had never had pumpkin cheesecake squares or whatever you call them until your mom made them that one year. The first time I ever had them. I was like,
They're
"Oh,
so good.
this is really good."
They're like, and she's actually made. I challenged her to make a pumpkin cheesecake one time. That shit was good, but I think it's kind of difficult. She does make a good cheesecake.
Mhm.
Added bonus, what's on top of the pumpkin cheesecake squares?
Pecans.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, this is like my favorite thing, probably favorite dessert my mom makes just in general. Like Normally for my birthday, I will request this. If she were to ask me what kind of cake I wanted or whatever.
Mm.
I'm what one would call a cheesecake connoisseur. And look, I like pumpkin cheesecake squares. I like the pumpkin cheesecake she makes. I don't need no fancy cheesecake. I want it to be plain.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be the cheese, the cake, and the crust, and that is all.
Yeah, Aaron doesn't want a fruit topping.
No,
Mm.
don't you come here with your fruity toppings.
I like a fruit topping, but just a little bit. I don't want
I
it
don't want none of your fruit
doused.
toppings.
Yeah.
Your compote, I don't want it. All right? You keep your compote to yourself.
God.
All right,
Anyway,
Lyle. What's your
Pumpkin
number one?
Cheesecake Square is very nostalgic for us too, because we used to go every Wednesday and we would have like a potluck dinner at church before Wednesday night church. And my mom would bring pumpkin cheesecake squares quite often to that. Anyway, that's all.
There you go.
Okay.
For me, number one, you already know. It's pecan pie, baby.
Nice.
Pecan pie, top 3 pies for me, which is the top type of dessert. Also, it's pecan, not pecan for any of you Georgians listening.
Holla.
The end. That's all I got. Not pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is good.
Oh,
Pumpkin pie is good too. But Aaron was just talking about pumpkin cheesecake square. Pecan pie, pecan pie. Ooh,
My
that's
mom-
so good. Also, again, keep that fucking whipped cream to yourself. Give me the pecan pie with the crust and the pecans.
Yes.
Crunch. And
I ain't
Yes.
never had no whipped cream on a pecan pie. Is that a
Me
thing?
either.
I've seen
Me
people
either.
put whipped cream on all kinds of shit. I'm like, no way. Get
Yeah, I
it
don't want that either. My mom called me yesterday. No, not yesterday. Day before yesterday. No, that was when we were in Houston. Before our trip, she called me about possibly going have lunch with them on Thanksgiving. And she was like, "Is there anything in particular you want?" And I was like, "No, just whatever you feel like cooking. I don't care." She was like, "What about desserts?" And I was like, "Look, I don't hate a pecan pie. Really, I love a pecan pie, but that's just how I said it." And she was like, "Oh, great. I got a whole one still left over from our celebration that we had with my stepdad's family." It's like, great, pull it out. So we'll be having pecan pie.
Nice.
I agree with you, Lyle. I love pecan pie.
I don't know what happened one day. Here's something I'm thankful for. Every now and again, Erin gets an inclination, a vibe in her system, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to make this thing
Mm.
that I don't know how to make or have never made before. And one day she was like, I don't know if I said something about it or whatever, but she's like, I'm going to make a pecan pie. And she made a whole fucking from scratch pecan pie. And that shit was good.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even remember this.
Dude, you killed it. I think it was here, actually. I don't even think it was at the old house. But like our dish for Thanksgiving at my mom's this year, you just came from home one day, you're like, I think I'm gonna make some butter chicken. And then you did, and it was good.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just like, I think I'm gonna make some egg rolls from scratch.
Yep. And sometimes it doesn't work out,
Yeah.
but more often than not it does.
Like one time I was like, I wonder what it would taste like if I put strawberries in egg rolls. It's awful.
I'll never forget that like smothered cabbage thing you were making.
Oh yeah, it
And
just
you
kept getting worse. I was trying to fix it.
it just kept adding stuff to it, and it tasted like pure black pepper and fire.
I think I added
God.
bread to it at one point. Like I was like, this is a disaster.
Okay, my number one was actually one of you guys' number 5s.
Ooh, let's guess. It's broccoli and cheese casserole.
It's
No,
macaroni and cheese.
macaroni and cheese.
But I'm with you on a broccoli and cheese as well. I love both of those things. I love a good macaroni and cheese, and I really love the kind that people take the time, add all the cheeses, bake it. You get that little crust on the top. Oh, there's nothing better.
My mom's got a good mac and cheese.
She
give her
does have
that.
a good mac and cheese.
And
I
she
am also
hates-
not super particular about it. You can make it with spaghetti noodles. You can make it with the shells. You can make it with the macaroni. I don't give a fuck. I love mac and cheese.
Yeah, but if you make it with spaghetti noodles, isn't it just spaghetti and cheese?
You can call it what you want, but I like it.
cheese noodle.
Yes, that is what it's called. I had my great aunt's daughter, which is my cousin, I guess. She would always come over for Thanksgiving when we were growing up, and she always made the mac and cheese every year. It was her thing. She made it with spaghetti noodles, and it was a baked dish, and it was delicious.
So I am not a American cheese or Velveeta cheese guy.
Okay.
And so I generally don't like mac and cheese
Hmm.
like that,
Interesting.
or like the Kraft mac and cheese and stuff like that. Like I'll eat a couple spoonfuls when we make it for the kids,
Mhm.
but like that's not my like. Even when I was a baby, I didn't like macaroni and cheese like that.
Hmm.
But I will try some and I will eat some every year because I don't hate it, but it's just like not really my thing.
Arguably, the box macaroni is my favorite kind of macaroni.
So growing up, my absolute favorite was the shells and cheese that you
The
would buy, box
the
macaroni.
Now
Velveeta
that's
shells and
too
cheese.
Yes,
that's
that was
too
my
bougie for
number
me.
one favorite. And now that I'm getting older, I like them less and less.
My cousin Jacob
It's
loved
weird.
those things, and I had friends that found out that I didn't like it, and they would send me YouTube videos of people just like stirring it,
Yeah,
so it's
that
making
sound.
that
Yeah, yeah.
noise, and I was just like, "Bro, why do you guys hate me so much?" I don't understand.
God, I used to love the taste so much, and I guess my taste buds are changing because I don't like it quite as much anymore.
Did
I'm
you have
also
a baby?
I don't know, maybe.
like it's the same thing for me for like restaurants that I'll have some restaurants queso
Uh-huh.
uses that kind of cheese as opposed to like a real like Mexican cheese.
Mhm.
And I'm not in for that either. So it's not
Yeah,
it's not limited to just macaroni and cheese or any particular dish. It's just the type of cheese.
I gotcha.
Okay, well,
That's it. That's the end of the Thanksgiving episode.
you guys, and I know it sounds like we hate each other, but we're actually all very thankful for one another.
We
It
are.
doesn't sound like that. I laughed and had a good old time tonight.
We
I mean, there
picked.
was a couple of times where we were assholes to one another, but not in a serious way.
That's
It's just
normal.
our way. I mean, come on. You've been with us for a whole year now. You guys know how we are.
This
We
is
we
how
were
This is what we do.
discussing what were we discussing the other day? Like on paper,
Oh,
Toby and I don't make sense as friends.
this is how true friends are. If you're nice to your friends all the time, if your friends are nice to you all the time, those aren't your true friends. Those
right.
are people that are just being fake.
That's a red flag.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yep, like a shark in the water.
On paper, we shouldn't be friends.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't make sense because there's so many differences there, but
yeah, like in fact, easily the only thing that we like the same is my kids and board games.
well,
That's not true.
I think we could sprinkle in a few more commonalities, but there are a lot of differences,
We're all supposed to go to the movies to see a musical together on Friday.
right?
Oh, you know what? What was it that I said? I said it in the car the other day. It was something about musicals. Like that's why we stay friends
Oh,
because
yeah. We both like musicals.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
we
supposed to
all
go
do.
see. We're
Lyle does
supposed.
as well.
Yeah, we're supposed to go see the new Wicked movie on Friday, which I'm very
Friday.
much looking forward to.
On the Black Friday. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
Green Friday for us.
A green. Oh,
Are you
green.
gonna dress up in your witch costume?
I am.
I
Paint-
should.
Paint your face?
I should.
Get me a pink dress and a crown. I'll go as
I was thinking
Glinda.
about just wearing my Mike Wazowski because it's green. Just showing up in
Glinda.
All I'm going to say is, so if you can't find me, look to the movie theater.
that. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys once again for listening. We have one more episode this year, and then we'll start a brand new series come January. So be looking out for that. Hope
I'm
you guys.
thankful
Oh, go
for
ahead.
everyone who's still listening to this podcast after
Yes.
this many episodes, and you've decided that you like us even more than you did before, or you've decided you liked us at all compared to how you felt before. So
Yep.
appreciate y'all.
And I'm thankful for the person listening in 2031 that just found us and was like, let me listen to these fools. And
Got to go through the
you're-
back catalog. You found a new obsession.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankful for you.
Also, I just want to say that next month's episode will be titled The Last Show with These Three Ho.
Oh gosh.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho ho ho. Hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Be thankful for all of the things. Be kind to your people and be kind to your not people. Just be
And
kind.
remember, when you're sitting at the table and politics inevitably comes up,
Mhm.
just grit your teeth and move and steer the conversation in a different direction.
Good advice.
Is this directed at one of your co-hosts in particular?
Yes. But also, just because it's not going to fix anything.
If you're listening to this podcast and you're sharing Thanksgiving dinner with any of the hosts of this show, just don't fucking bring the politics up at Thanksgiving, you dumbass.
Well,
Amen.
we might need to cut that part out.
No, that's a real thought.
Okay.
No,
some harsh reality for you.
I think anybody that listens to this show, that are the people that I know of that listen to this show, they know, yeah, just don't bring shit like that up if you don't want an argument. Like if you want an argument, bring it up, but if you don't, then don't.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that anybody really that we have Thanksgiving with will bring it up in a capacity that needs an argument.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
A little
Yeah.
joke here and there, that's all right. Nobody's gonna be bothered by that.
Yeah. Like my favorite joke from the 2016 election is did you guys know that Donald Trump was trying to ban shredded trees? And people were like, "No, are you kidding?" I'm like, "Yeah, isn't it crazy?" It was like right when he first became president. And they'd be like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, he wants to make America great again." My favorite joke.
That's
Quality
funny.
joke.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks everybody. Have a
Peace
good
out.
feast. Eat 4,000 calories, walk 8,000 steps. See you in
Hey.
December.
Take a nap on that couch.
Ooh, I will.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye now.
Bye.